What's up, guys? BTBS here. Welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. I am working on some stuff here. So, I was going to get started on the thermic energistic stuff, but I got a little off track, and I kind of mutated some seeds. So, I was looking at ways of, getting more of specific resources easily. And I was like, I know, the easiest way for me to get, ender pearls would be to grow some 10-10-10 ender plants. And that took a little bit of time to get to, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, so I made enderweed, which is lapender and diamondalia. Diamond is lapender and gold. Gold is redstone and orange. And they all need to have, specific blocks below them to be grown and mutated. And the lapender was just pink and blue, which was easy. And once I got those, I thought, do you know what I really need? I need silver. So, I now grow silver. And there's a nice little harvest done. So, if you don't know, there's a new machine in thermal expansion called the Photogenic Insulator. It is insulator, right? I've been calling it the isolator. The Photogenic Insulator. And let me grab my jetpack. I feel naked without it. What you do is you take the seeds you made, in this case silver rose, which are the diamondalia and the silver, and the normal silver ones give silver nuggets, and these ones give silver ingots, and you slap them in there, you give it some power and some water, and then you provide it with its nutrients, and it grows. And when it grows, you get 3 silver and a seed. So I made one of these seeds. I stuck a secondary output upgrade in there, and then just ran it through a few times. And every time this grows, I get 3 silver and 1 or 2 seeds. And yeah, I'm basically just gonna leave that running for now. So the phyto goo is really easy to make. There's actually 2 variations of it. Grow. Yeah, so there's the normal phyto grow, which is just 2 sawdust, niter, and slag, or pulverized coal, niter, and slag, and that gets you 8 or 32 respectively. So apparently the pulverized charcoal is very valuable for this. Or you can do the exact same thing, but with rich slag, and this gives you triple output, whereas this only gives you a single output. So essentially, it costs 2 slag for me to get either 12 stacks of ender pearls or 3 stacks of silver ingots. And I went and made some slag. What I did was I went to the nether and harvested just every ore I could see for a while, and then just put them through the induction smelter with all 3 secondary output upgrades in there, so 81% secondary chance. And that got me just over 2.5 stacks of it. And yeah, I'm using that, and it's going to be a very long time before I run out. Let's put it this way, it was only about an hour ago I started doing this, and I had 0 ender pearls. Now I have 910. Yeah, 910 of them. And I have no idea how much silver I had, but I now have 900 of that as well. So the Photogenic Insulator may be a little bit overpowered when combined with certain seeds. I mean, you can see in here, you can put pretty much any seed in there. It doesn't work with some things, but it definitely works with these agrocraft seeds I'm using. And it basically means that I no longer have to worry about getting those resources, which are a pain in the arse to get. Right, second up, AE system. As you can tell, I've built a nice one. I have 2 batteries here, which are both full, 1.6 million AE energy each. I've got my crystal growth and my inscriber, both with max speed upgrades. I built just a bunch of 1K drives because I really don't need the 64K just yet, and I put pretty much every item I had into here so I could craft with. As you can see, I emptied out various chests like that one over there, and I took all the important stuff out of here. And I kind of did something else as well. My entire power system is essentially one solar panel. Let me get it to daytime so you can see what this guy generates. Because I'm not sure if these solar panels should be as cheap as they are. Because remember, this solar panel essentially costs some machine frames and energy frames, some lower down ones, and then it costs, you know, mirrors, lapis, and clay, a little bit of glowstone, and some blaze rods. That's basically all this costs me, is, you know, a buttload of glass and silver. That essentially, at its core, it's a buttload of glass and silver. And then it's, you know, some redstone as well. And I have a solar panel here, which is outputting, come on, get to 100% efficiency. It outputs about 6.7k RF a tick. Because of the efficiency upgrades, it can go to 164% efficiency. It also holds 636,000,022 RF. So this thing alone is holding, what, 13 of these can hold? It outputs its energy at, God, how does it output at? It outputs its energy at 32,768 a tick, which is about what the redstone flux ducts can take. And yeah, there you go, it generates 6717 RF a tick. So one of these is pretty much the best power system I've ever built. All in a single block. And of course I stuck the capacity upgrades in there. This thing is only supposed to be able to store 60 million RF. Oh, it's full. What a surprise. And I found a few more random solar panels, so I just upgraded those as well. So I'm probably never going to want for power again, ever. And absolutely everything in my base that uses power is drawing it from that line. Like this line that comes out of here and the line that comes out the bottom of this guy, as you can see just about inside it there. So yeah, I kind of don't need to worry about power ever, maybe. I mean, the only way I can think of I would need more power would be building something truly ridiculous. Like, that puts out 7k RF, right? And when the pulverizer is running at full speed, it uses 800 RF a tick. So one of those could run, like, 7, 8, 9... It could run, like, almost 9 or 10 of those at once. What have I still got those planted? It could run, like, 9 or 10 max speed pulverizers at once. Just to give you an idea. And of course, if you let it build up some energy, it can run even more because it can hold like 700 million RF. It's kind of hard for me to comprehend those numbers, especially when I'm on a sky block. I was not expecting the most overpowered power generation I've ever had to come on a sky block, let alone on a Jaded pack, because Jaded loves to nerf shit like that. But apparently not enough. There might be an oversight. Like, if I were so inclined and wanted to nerf this, I would obviously take away the efficiency upgrades straight away, or reduce them down to, say, 1% efficiency each instead of 8, so that you could get it at max running 8% faster instead of 64. Or maybe let them stay but only allow them to stack to 1, something like that. And definitely get rid of the storage upgrades, because I don't need this resonant energy cell. It's only there because that's conventionally how power systems look. And I kind of want to be a little conventional. So yeah, some crazy shit has been going down recently, and I'm just fine with that. I'm having great fun. There was I put something in here. What did I put in here? Oh, my hammer. That's right. I stuck Timeless Ivy on my hammer. So my mana pools are working really well. Having the 4 Gaia spreaders all spread to one pool, which I then pull from to heal all my stuff, works really well. Especially since even once these pools are drained, I've still got the 4 Gaia spreaders worth of mana, and that's a not insubstantial amount of mana. That's a fairly large amount. So yeah, I actually went and got my enderweed seeds to 10-10-10 because I was considering just growing them. Also, you can see how fast they grow, considering like I harvested these near the start of the episode. It's been 10 minutes already in this episode, and yeah, there's another stack of 3 stacks of silver for me. I think the Photogenic Insulator needs some nerf, because that seems really strong as well. Especially since, you know, it's 2 slag to get me 3 stacks of anything I want as long as I get the seeds. Seems really strong. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that machine. I made 2 of them because I just wanted to test them out. And then as soon as I saw how effective it was, I think the second one is still just sitting around somewhere not being used. Yeah, we've got a bunch of quests to knock off the list today, because I completed a bunch of stuff in various things. We have 10 quests. So, Sky Farm. I unlocked this. This was get some beef. And this was make an incubated egg. Those can just go away. And then power grid. Oh, wow, I didn't even know there was a quest for that. Yeah, the cryo-stabilized flux duct. I wanted to see what that thing looked like, and it looks really cool. Look at this. How cool is that? That is actually just wicked. And yeah, I just made that for the fun of it because I wanted to see what it looked like. I've never actually used it. So that's that quest. Anything else? We've got a couple of mob hunter quests, nothing important. Mystical Blood. I knocked off the Rune of Augmented Capacity and the Imbued Slates. And Applied Energistics, I made a Molecular Assembler, which gives me an ME interface. And I knocked out 2 more in full hoarding, which is 1,000 pure Certus crystals and 100 blank slates. So yeah, I've been pretty busy. This is how my my thing is looking right now. I've actually got a decent amount of blood. By the way, I upgraded this straight to a tier 3. I was going to upgrade, well, technically tier 4, because 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. I was just going to upgrade it again, because I realised I got to this so late in the game, and I happened to just hoard everything and occasionally get lucky with reward bags. I had enough of everything to just make this the max altar it can be, apart from not tier 6, because I don't yet have a demon village. I don't know if that's even in the pack for this mod pack, but yeah. I added some runes of augmented capacity and runes of dislocation. The augmented capacity give you more space inside your altar, so it can now hold 26,000 instead of 4. Just doing that gets me 500-ish, I think. I missed the 459. Yeah, so I drain about 41 a second or so out with that. So yeah, I get about 500 just from a single sacrifice. And I want to crack these bags actually, see what's in them. 16 bottles of enchanting, 16 redneck cables. Yeah, epic. Alright, those rewards really blew my tits off right there. What's that? That is a rune of superior capacity. Okay, so the runes of augmented capacity upgrade your altar's capacity by, I think it's a bucket and a half, so 1,500 each. The runes of superior capacity upgrade it by a percentage, and I think if you want to have the super massive altar, you either want to go with runes of augmented, or if you're using more than 19, I believe it is, then go with the runes of superior, because at that point the the 10% starts to outweigh the 1.5. Because once you have, man, it's not even going to be that much, is it? So if you have 10 buckets to start with, it's going to go to 11, 12.1, like 13.2, 14.5, 15. So if you're using 6 of them, I guess, if it's 10%, if these do actually give 10% increase, then 6 is going to be, it's going to be better to use these than use 6 of those. That's fast. Okay, that's cool. Now, I'm still really pissed I haven't got the cherries for that cherry cheesecake, and I need to make chocolate milk, and I need to make cyanide. But I think what we should do is just look at some stuff. So there's a few quests in here. There is actually something from Blood Magic I want to try out, which there's 2 books from Blood Magic. There's the Delving into the Darkness, and there's the Sanguine. There's a Sanguine book as well. Sanguine Saintium. Blood Magic Guide API book. No recipe. Interesting. I think I was supposed to start the game with that, but I don't know. So, yeah, that's... Oh, next one is the Master Blood Orb. I can actually make that already as well, I think, because I've got a tier 4 altar, and the Master Blood Orb is, yeah, that and 40k in a tier 4 altar. And I don't yet have that, so maybe I should do this and just do that, and then 15,000. Oh yeah, it's draining into the internal tank of the machine. So if it's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then eat a golden apple. Golden apples are still overpowered as fuck. And in fact, just to make this start working, I'm actually going to put that in there. As you can see, I've got a bunch of speed runes. I've got 8, 5, and 7, so 20 of them. And I think each of those increases the speed by a percentage. Oh, look at that, we're already done. I'm just going to continue to fill this up so that I don't waste my regen. There we go. And there's my new Blood Orb. Master Blood Orb. Oh, I did already have a Master Blood Orb. I must have made one already. Oh well. It's not going to hurt having more, because Master Blood Orbs are really where the game starts to open up, where the mod starts to open up even. So yeah, I was looking more into this book, at some other stuff. The emitter is fairly useful. It can be used for like basic automation of the blood altar, because you get that other block it made me make that like can hold a single item, and then you put the emitter like say here or here on one of these corners, not where this block is, but on this block, so in the space I'm currently occupying, or at least my legs are. And then you make it, you tell it an amount, and you're like, I want you to, you know, keep no items in the altar until there is exactly X amount of blood, and then once there is, send a redstone pulse basically, and it will send it can send a redstone pulse to that thing. This divine. I actually didn't build this yet, the altar diviner. Yeah, so I've actually just been like looking into this a bit and like hearing things about it. Altar diviner. It's div, isn't it? Yes. Oh, that's just a blood altar in the blood altar. Okay. That's a bit of a weird recipe, but I am not gonna complain because it's fairly easy. Actually, I've already got bricks here, and I need some smoothstone. No, what am I doing? Everything is in my EE system, pretty much. So I should just be able to do this, and then like that. Ah, no flint. Let's just keep a stack of flint in there, because, you know, it always pays to have craftables in your altar. In your, And we'll make another one just in case. Because I get the feeling that there's several things you can make with these blood altars. See, that just seems weird to me, kind of admitting that things are different sizes at different times. So yeah, this is the thing. You can put like a single item in there, and then once it receives a redstone pulse, you'll put it like somewhere around here. I'm not exactly sure where. But you can be like, as soon as there is, 1,000 blood in my altar, I want this block to send a pulse. It will send a pulse. That will drop the stone in. The stone will turn into the blank slate, or whatever the first one is. What is the first one? Blank slate, yeah. It will turn into that, and then there'll no longer be that much blood in there, so it will stop sending the pulse. And yeah, it seems really, really basic, and it's automation at the level that I don't really even care about, because it's so manual considering it's actually automation. Yeah, let's make the altar emitter here. I think that's just some redstone and a lever. Yes. Really? Ugh, all my redstone is... Wow, I do not have much redstone. Maybe I get some... Oh, there we go. I'll just take a stack of redstone blocks out of there. I was about to say maybe it's time I got myself some redstone seeds of some sort. So yeah, place on the corner of the 3x3 platform around the blood altar. That's this guy. So you put it here, or something like that, and then you say it, required a certain amount of blood. Huh. And then, okay. Okay, shift takes it down. Sorry, I was just watching the numbers to see what they were doing. But yeah, that's that one done. Like I said, it's automation, but it's so slow it's barely worth it. And this is going to get me a reward bag, as is this. Whoa, got some sandwich there. Let's hope I get something better from this. Dirt. And spawn eggs. So, not really. I mean, I'll use the spawn eggs. I'm sure they'll come in handy at some point when I'm just like, oh, where did I get that epic from? Witching Gadgets, Golden Fabric. I don't know what that is. It's a Thorncraft item of some kind. So yeah, all the blood magic stuff is going really well lately, which is awesome. I could start rituals. I could make some things. Make a rune of sacrifice. Oh, Sanguine Scientium. Scientium. That's how I get that. Rune of sacrifice. Yeah, I just need 2 of those. I've got some of those, haven't I? I have 2 of those. Convenient. Put those there. Yeah, that is stone in the corner. I have no gold over here. Gold. I need some gold. Gold, 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 gold. Take a stack of that. I mean, I would make those seeds for all of my things. All of my various things, but I just don't need them. Feels unnecessary. Okay, so that gets me the Sanguine Scientium, which is blank. Oh, there we go. They really need to make these clearer, I feel. The Alchemist, the Demonkin, the Architect, the Soul Network. So this is, I believe, this is the book for blood magic, because blood magic is a very complicated mod. It's right up there with, like, less complicated than Thorncraft, more complicated than Britannia, probably. And it kind of helps to have something to actually tell you what to do. And, both of those mods have books. And now this one does as well. And, oh, bound armor. I mean, I'm probably not going to use bound armor, but I can make it. What's the sigil of compression? I've built a sigil of compression. While active, it will check your inventory for anything that can be compressed. Oh, 2x2 or 3x. So it will automatically turn cobble and dirt and gravel and stuff like that into compressed. It squeezes redstone into blocks. I've added a few special cases such as glowstone due to the dust. Such as glowstone dust to glowstone and a restriction to only compress cobble if you have more than a stack. Interesting. That's a really well made item. That's really well thought through. Does it say percentage? Second tier, only the 4 edge runes, not the corners. Could be used as upgrade slots for the purpose of augmentation of this order. Oh, additive 20%. Seems that the second tier only the edge runes. Okay, so these runes aren't actually doing anything. I was not aware of that. Is that a bug or is that a nerf? There's a lot of stuff in here. Which is cool because there's a lot of stuff I need to learn. Key of binding? Bind item. Okay. That's useful. Because there's a lot of items in blood magic that use blood, like your soul network power, such as the lava crystal, which is used in furnaces as fuel, and it draws straight from your blood network. But if you, say, have somebody else log onto your world, activate it, and then put it in there, it will drain their soul essence. But because they're not online, nothing is going to happen. And if it happens to drain more blood out of your network than you have, then you just start getting slowness and blindness debuffs and stuff like that as a reminder. But if they never come back online, then it really doesn't matter what happens to all their blood. So you can really use, if you've got a couple of friends who can jump onto your world occasionally and help you do stuff, you can really abuse blood magic, I must say. Just like the fact that the regen, it doesn't debuff you, which I always thought, because I was originally going to use a fallen canard. What's a blood amulet? Filled with blood, either in a fluid transposer or by using a blood tank, it can heal you for 5 hearts as long as it's full. That's really cool. And your reward for that is buckets of blood. Blood cleansing is a new way of crafting. By soaking things in blood, they become cleaner and turn into other things. Don't ask me. The Jaded One says it's weird but cool. Blood cleanser. Oh, it's a sanguimancy. We need ore lumps. What's corrupted infusion? What's that? What? What's corrupted infusion? I don't know what this is. Infusion provider. Ability. Yeah, the only infusion I really know of is the Thorncraft. And I know that that also uses corruption as one of its buzzwords. Oh, that's going to be fun. Bloody Scrivener's Tools. I wonder how we make that. That is weak blood orb, feather, bucket of life. Okay, a bucket of life is just a bucket with blood, essentially. So, this. Yep, there's a bucket of life. Here, Void, have some life. It doesn't appear to, wait, does it actively flow? Oh. It does actively flow. It doesn't give you any debuffs or buffs, though. That is just weird. I mean, I can respect a bucket of blood as much as the next man. I kind of feels a bit strange just having a bucket of blood. Like, if somebody asks me why I have a bucket of blood currently, I don't know that I would have an answer for them. Oh, it has to be done in a thing as well, so I need a glass bottle and a feather. I've probably got feathers in here. No, I have not finished consolidating all of my items in there yet, obviously, because I have so many items that I no longer need and are just stacks of crap. You know what we were supposed to do this episode? Because I just remembered, but I'm sure you guys were just shouting at me the whole episode for it. Cool. So that is a set of scribing tools that uses blood. I mean, I don't use scribing tools because everything is paid for, but I think there's some uses for them. I'm not really sure what, if any, though. But that's cool. That gives me another reward bag. Oh man, red hearts. Lovely. A raw meat block, which is apparently so hard it makes a stone-like noise when placed and needs a pickaxe to mine it. I don't think I want to eat the non-raw version of that. There's a blood wand. You can combine the dark arts and make a wand that powers itself from life points. The first person to pick it up will be bound to the wand core, and their LP network will be used to power spells. Maybe you can get someone else to pick it up. Nice. Blood rod. I think that's actually a Thorncraft thing. Yeah, speaking of, I was going to do Thorncraft this episode, wasn't I? I got kind of carried away with doing other stuff. Automagy. Fishing enchantments. I really do need to go deeper into all this stuff and find out what all of it is. Just like learn every piece of research in the book and then spend like an hour sitting in a pool and getting rid of all my blood. No, not blood. Okay. Jesus Christ, really? I mean, I understand it, but 2 imbued slates and then all of the alchemical constructs? How powerful is it? It can store 100 V and will gradually refill itself using life points. I can see why that's good. I'm obviously going to make one. Alchemical caps. If combined with a bloody wand core, alchemical caps discount the amount of LP consumed by the wand, costing only 900 LP per V. The caps also cause all attacks from a wand to inflict weakness. That is useful. They're very effective at channeling aqua, only using 80%. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not like, you know, I'm not going to go and trample a toddler underfoot to get to this stuff, but it's interesting. Only holds 50. Where it shines is its ability to recharge at a rapid rate. As long as the blood staff is held in your hotbar, it will recharge V from its owner's LP network 4 times as quickly as the blood wand. Interesting, but only holding 50 means it's fairly worthless unless you're using it as a weapon. It can and will kill whoever's holding it if it doesn't receive enough LP. No thank you! Because I am exactly the sort of, like... Oh, a rapier. I'm exactly the sort of person who will forget that he has it and then end up just getting killed by a wand. My own wand. Yes, this is the stuff we were supposed to be doing this episode, but it's actually already past the wrapping up point, so I think I'm going to have to leave it there for now, guys. We really didn't get much done this episode, but, you know, I kind of blame you guys because you wanted to see all the cool stuff in the base. Yeah, that's a great way of making people like you, isn't it? Just fucking say, yeah, it's your fault we didn't get anything done because you were watching my videos. It's all your fault, guys. It's all your fault. How could you do this to me? I can't believe you would do such a thing to me. I thought you guys liked me. Well, I mean, that's probably why you're watching. I'm just gonna go now, because I will just end up talking to myself like that in a cycle. It is definitely cyclical, and it is not a good thing. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you next time, where I promise we will do the formic energistic stuff, because I'm very interested in this. I can't wait to find out what this is actually about. Because some people have told me I'm wrong when I said that this is what it does, and other people have told me that I'm right, and I really have no clue because I've never played with it before. So yes, next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.